I was running a 155 mile, 250 kilometer race in China when out of nowhere a little dog started to run the race, and she would choose me out of all of the other runners there. I would just look down and see Gobi running beside me, tail wagging, tongue hanging out like a big smile on her face. We would sleep in tents at night time. She would often come back into the tent and I could feel her sleeping next to me, and I'd usually wake up with her right in my arms there as well. Gobi ran 80 miles of the race, so pretty much half of the race. There was a few days that Gobi couldn't run, baking hot conditions, and she wanted to run those days because she wanted to be next to me, but the thing is, if she'd have run them, she wouldn't have survived. So at times during the race, I would go to help Gobi, sacrificing myself. I love animals, but it goes against everything I'm there to do, trying to win the race. I look at her and she's staring at me with this love in her eyes, and I realized there was more to winning, and this dog and I were really meant to be together. I'm going to look after this dog for the rest of my life. After the race finished, no one ever came forward saying, no, I'm missing a dog. I decided that I'd like to take Gobi home with me back to Edinburgh in Scotland, but she was a stray dog, so she needed to be taken to the vet, and I couldn't stay in China. So a lady said to me, I'll take her to the vet, we'll get the blood test done, and then we'll send her to you. Weeks and weeks and weeks go by, and then the lady rings me and she says, I'm really sorry, mister, your dog Gobi's gone missing. I don't know where she is. I can't look for her, and she hung up the phone.
I've arrived in Urumqi.
I decided to fly all the way back to China, set up a search and volunteer team looking for the dog with the help of hundreds of people throughout the city. We have over 3.5 million people.
Looking for Gobi, needle in the haystack. Day 2 of trying to find Gobi, and I've been out handing these since 6 o'clock this morning. Day 3, finding Gobi's done. No luck today.
We search and search for days, and it leads into weeks. And then we receive a phone call one day from a man and his son who'd been walking through a park when they'd noticed a little dog following them that looked like the dog in the posters that we've been putting up all around the city. They take the dog home, they ring and say, hey, come round to our house. I race round to their house and I walk in, and there she is. As soon as she sees me, she comes running towards me, jumps up in my arms, starts licking my face. Gobi had been found.
真的是哎，你看看，我刚才叫半天了，过来，一会儿飞一会儿飞，你看它，哎呦天哪！
She's used to the finer things in life now, but yeah, she likes to go outside and get muddy and get dirty, run around and be a dog too. I'm very lucky I get to spend every day with Gobi. Something I really like to do is just hang out with Gobi and just sit in a field or a park and just enjoy each other's company. Gobi's story has touched people around the world. We wrote a book called Finding Gobi, sharing the story of finding Gobi. Gobi doesn't run so much anymore. She's a little older now. We think Gobi is about 10 years old. Gobi was about 2 years old at the race when Gobi was taken to the vet to have the blood test done. The vets looked at her teeth. They thought she was between 2 and 5 at the time. So I went with the age 2 so she'd live longer. I don't know why she chose me. I was very fortunate. It was one of those miracle experiences, I guess. We only have one of these in our lives. This was my moment with the dog.